We were all cherry-cheeked anime fans at some point. Sadly, that time usually ends with a bang. It's time for bad anime shows to get what they finally deserve. No matter how many episodes or how bad it is, I'll prevail and beat them all. It's time for Undroppable. So I recently passed 250 subs on my merry little journey into all the B anime of past and present, to see if I can find an anime truly worthy of the title Worst of All Time. So to let you guys into more of another thing I'm trying to do on this channel, I thought I'd let you look at this anime. Since it's already in the title, let's fly right into Strike Witches. So let's put our old friend here, and well as a slight warning for those that don't want to see trouserless girls on the screens, you've been warned, so don't blame me if you watch this at work and your boss sees. Strike Witches itself is a mixed media project, from the mind of Shimada, an anime and video game illustrator, whose works can be seen as the spark from which the mecha musume or mecha girl craze came from during the 2000s. His works have been so good in the field of militaria that he has been commissioned in 2013 to design a recruitment poster for the Japanese Self-Defense Force. It is from this mind that we get the concept that light novel writers used for the story of Strike Witches, and in the summer of 2008, an anime following these flying lasses hit screens, produced by Studio Gonzo and later licensed for distribution by Funiamation, Manga and Madmen. This series would later get itself a sequel in the fall of 2010, this time under Studio AIC, along with a movie in the winter of 2012, also by Studio AIC, and so far as of now is currently airing an OVA series called Operation Victory Arrow from the summer of 2014, with a third season greenlit for production. Like the best franchise, Strike Witches has an expanded universe following a number of different squadrons, with even some turning up in the main series, such as the Aces of the Italian Air Force, the Red Pants, but on the whole the main focus of the TV anime and the movie is the adventures of Yoshika Miyafuji and the 501st Joint Fighter Wing. So if you know the plot for Sky Girls, you know this one pretty much. At the dawn of 1939, an alien life force known as the Noroi appeared and just started stepping on countries like they were nothing, so the nations and armies of the world joined together to research a way to stop them and to drive the invaders away. Luckily, in this alternative world, magic is a thing, so they couple it with the best technology at the time to make the Strike Unit. In essence, a high-tech witch's broom, but it does allow for more weight to be carried, faster top speeds and altitude, so only slightly better really. But the lasses that pilot these can't be old, they need them when their magic is at their peak, which is apparently from 12 to 18 years of age. Similar to Sky Girls thinking, and all that the adults are dead, so we need teenage girls to beat the bad things. The reason I bring up Sky Girls is that Shimada worked on both, but for Sky Girls he went for more futuristic exosuits compared to the Strike Unit of Strike Witches, which is more close to his original mecha girl design. The plot for the series is us watching Miyafuji grow from a very determined pacifist at the start to understanding what needs to be done to protect those she loves. But she does still hold out that another way can be found to stop the war, as we see when she does eventually come into contact with a human-shaped Noroi at the end of Season 1. It does also slightly hint to us, at the end of Season 1 and the opening season of Season 2, that there are almost two factions within the Noroi, with a smaller one seeming to want to make contact, and another larger one being all gung-ho for war. It's a very standard plot for the most part, with the characters being pretty standard, but I do love this show. Not just love it, I love everything about it, from the tip of Shirley's bunny ears down to the soles of Lucchini's feet. But why, I hear you cry? And well, one part is a love for the history and research that the show is built onto, as all the witches are based off real fighter races of those countries, with a slight name change and a girlification to go ahead. Even the strike units are designed to look like the planes those aces flew, as well as the weapons they use being both experimental and main weapons of that time period. Even some parts of the show are very loosely based on real life events. Yes, even episode 7 where they go around stealing panties, which is in reference to the real Eric Hartman, who while getting drunk stole an officer's hat. There is so much history written into this show that I love finding new things each time I watch it, but I do know it's not to everyone's taste. But I just love that time period for the technology that appeared and the style it had in both its music and writing. We also get to follow these girls through the series as they grow older, which is something nice, as the old girls know they aren't going to be around forever, which is also reflected in the way they get treated, as they could die in action at any moment, so they live a life of comfort. But while I can sing praises about everything I like, I can't forget about what's lacking in this series, and what would turn people away from it, as the main thing is the constant panty shots, which can make people feel very uncomfortable, considering the ages of the characters we're dealing with. and I can see why they dress like that, since they do have to strap a strike unit onto their legs at a moment's notice, so trousers would get in the way. But then again, there are some that wear skirts, so why don't they all? And to answer that, I don't know. It is odd, even considering every lass seems to not wear anything below but panties, apart from the Japanese ones that choose a school swimsuit. There are also animation hiccups, such as in episode 6, with Shirley running like she's made of jelly. That also coupled with the showing of almost every angle of these girls they can, so I can see why people don't really like it, or could be even offended by it. But like the English cast state in the commentary on the DVD, you've just gotta have fun sometimes. And I did have a lot of fun watching this show, and it's not something I'd class as a guilty pleasure, as I'm not ashamed I like it, and that's what I want to try and get people to start doing, to like what you like and not just spit venom for no reason. It's okay to not like a show, but to hate a show and be adamant why you don't like it, state why you don't like it, as that can then lead to discussion, and then maybe we can rebuild the community into something more positive and accepting, that some people just like shows that are bad, as well as there might be more to a show than does meet the eye. And once again, I would like to thank you all for supporting me in this time, and I really hope to gain more and hopefully become bigger. And with that heavy hitting shell, I'll see you guys in the next Undroppable.